Life's a game, the world's a stage, and we are merely role players, where theatrical people play role-playing games. I'm Matt, and I am your master of ceremonies for this studio production. I'm joined backstage by the cast of that production.
Hello, it is I, Alexander Pankhurst. Today I'll be playing The News, and I think you last saw me as Graham in Ill Wind.
Boo!
Hey, I'm still a big Graham fan.
Squidfist! And not to spoil anything for anybody who isn't caught up on Vigil Ill Wind, but it's very appropriate that this is the next production that you're in.
Yes, apocalypse adjacent. We'll call it that.
Hi, I'm Nat. I will be playing the Brainer today, but previously would have been heard in Vigil Shadowfall.
Hello, I'm Chris Starkey, and I'm playing the Waterbearer. You'd have last heard these dulcet tones in the epilogue of Tailor Made.
We're playing Apocalypse World today. We've played many games that are powered by the apocalypse. The entire Blackshore saga was powered by the apocalypse. Vigil is all Monster of the Week, which is powered by the apocalypse. But we have never played, even I've never played this off mic either, the original Apocalypse World by the Bakers. So we're finally doing it. So lots of this game is going to be really familiar because we've played lots of things that are based on it. All of the mechanics and things are going to be familiar. Even some of the basic moves are sort of almost copy-pasted word for word into some of the other games that we've played. But the setting, very different. It's going to be after the apocalypse. Everything's gone to shit. Things used to be good. There was a golden age where people had enough.
At what point was that in time?
About 50 years ago, people think.
Okay.
Though the oldsters who can still remember it.
Uh-huh.
Up to you guys when you decide how old your characters are, whether any of you remember that time or anything from it. But yeah, everything's bad now. And dear audience, you will have heard already the sort of world-building episode. We're doing a sort of semi-realistic, what would happen if we just don't fix the climate from today? If we just stay kind of on the path we're on, where will we end up? And we're going to have this interesting tonal mishmash here, because that decision about the setting gives us something quite like potentially bleak, not very upbeat, and actually sort of lends itself to kind of like life would be quite slow, probably. Like 50 years after climate breakdown, everybody's in these kind of small communities. You can't really travel very far. So it might be like very, very slow life, like hard scrabble subsistence farming, until there's a sudden like flare up of violence when somebody comes to take your stuff. And then there's all of the stuff that Apocalypse World, the game, is bringing, the opinions that the game has about the sorts of stories it wants to tell, which are much more gonzo and Mad Max and frenetic. So I'm very interested to see how this ends up. And a lot of that is going to be driven by who you all end up playing. So you've introduced your playbooks. We're going to go around the table and fill in some of the details of those playbooks, make some choices, work out who these characters are. I just want to start by asking, let's start with you, Alex. What drew you to the news? Why did you pick this playbook out of all the ones on offer?
I think immediately when it was just like, you're constantly on the hunt for the truth. As soon as I heard that, I was like, oh, I like this. It's giving Spider Jerusalem, but set in a Mad Max world, which I was like, okay, that's sort of what drew me to it. I have no idea how I'm going to play this, because he's ostensibly a radio DJ in the apocalypse, pumping out news, or possibly audio dramas for those who are interested. So yeah, it's a real interest. It's like, I want the truth, but I also want a little bit of escapism, maybe. So that'll be something we do in character creation. But yeah, that's what drew me to it.
Maybe we'll end up with like old school merely role players back to the Blackshore saga, where we were always a theatre company of some kind.
Yes.
Well, I just love the idea of like the apocalypse has happened, but you're still presenting the Blackshore Arts Hour.
It's just Alex and Alex do art. Strat died. The apocalypse consumed him. It was a sad time, but we have to continue. So I'm just sort of drawing stuff in sand.
Yay!
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
get used to that feeling, that kind of like, yay, question mark? It's fun but also sad.
Yeah.
That's sort of the vibe of today, maybe.
Yeah. So that's what drew me to the news. I quite like the idea of just taking no prisoners in terms of information and making sure that the truth gets out no matter what and who I piss off.
I like the Spider Jerusalem reference. You're going to be going around monstering NPCs.
Yes, absolutely. Like relentlessly targeting them in quite an aggressive, unpleasant fashion.
Great. How about you, Nat? Why the brainer?
Because they're basically the Bene Gesserit at Sundown, and that sounds fun.
Are you going to be playing a weird old crone again?
Like, we had this discussion in the WhatsApp chat before this recording. I was torn about playing the brainer because I did feel that I was perhaps falling into a trope of myself somewhat. But here
And
we are.
then I strongly encouraged you to lean into that trope if you wanted to. So.
Yes, sorry. Okay, I must then.
Speaking of tropes of oneself,
I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Starkey, why the Waterbearer?
well, power! Unlimited or potentially limited power!
This is actually very limited power.
Yes, to be honest, Matt, I drink a lot of water.
Well,
and I like bears.
You
So
say to
there
be
you go.
honest. Let's be very honest. Until about an hour ago, you weren't sure what this playbook was.
No, I didn't really understand the playbook, if I'm honest. I didn't understand. It didn't really explain what it did.
There was a particular bit of wording that you kind of decided based on, right?
Yes, it was laws. Like I read one thing. If I'm honest, I read one thing, and it was lawbringers, and basically I make up the rules, and I can choose to be nice, a bit silly, or nasty, depending on my
Your whim.
yes, my state of mind on the day. Well, let's find out, shall we?
You consider this to be playing to type, do you? To a trope of yourself.
Well, it's been a couple of months, Matt. So let's see how I've taken out of these guys.
I mean, Chris, just for the listeners, Chris is also worked in the educational industry as a teacher. So maybe like this is your way of making sure the rules are followed.
Well, regaining control of my life.
Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah, let's go with that. And I like bears.
TTRPGs are wish fulfillment.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I love that. You've mentioned that twice now. You like bears. Which bear do you like best?
Oh yeah, what's there?
Is there a water bear?
That's a tardigrade.
Yeah,
it's
so
like
yes.
a microscopic organism.
Oh yeah, you could get them, couldn't you? Have a little
Yeah.
pet water. Yeah, I like them. They're cool.
I think a lot of bears are water bears, though.
Yeah, this is true.
Polar bears do
Yeah.
live on water.
Black bears.
Lots of them, they fish, don't they?
Grizzly bears,
Yeah.
fish for
Yeah.
salmon,
Right, well.
famously in water.
Yeah.
I like all of them and water. That's why I chose it.
Great logic.
Lovely. Right, let's fill in some blanks on some of these sheets, shall we? So, as always, this is a thing that a lot of Powered by the Apocalypse games seem to have inherited, is when it comes to like the character creation process, they all tell you to choose a name first, which I think is super ambitious. Has anybody got a name already, or shall we leave that to
I
the end?
do have a name.
What's your Waterbearer called?
Well, his name is Nasus Nest.
Nasus Nest, the
Nasus
Waterbearer.
Nest.
I nearly went for Spigot Swift, but I thought Nasus Nest had a ring to it.
Did you just fancy like all of the sibilant sort of noise? Nasus Nest.
Well, I think it's going to work. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
What about Brainer and News? Are we leaving names till a bit later, or have you
Names till later.
Names till later.
I've got to get the
I
vibe.
think I'm going to go rogue because it's given me choices here, but I quite like the idea. One of them is Utah, but I didn't like Utah. No offense, anyone from Utah. So the first word that popped into my head was Sacramento. So that's his first name.
Nice.
Sacramento. Either I'm looking at Del Barco or Navarro.
I think the Del Barco.
Yeah.
Sacramento Del Barco.
Sacramento Del
That's
Barco.
a great radio name.
Yeah, good. Yeah, it is. I definitely wasn't thinking about that at the time.
All right, and we'll leave the Brainer until inspiration strikes.
Yeah.
Shall we start with stats?
Go on then.
Get an idea of like what
Stats!
your characters are good at. So we have 5 stats in Apocalypse World: cool, hard, hot, sharp, and weird. Each of which is attached to some of the basic moves and some of your playbook moves as well. And each playbook has 4 choices of distributions of things that you can put into those stats. So has anybody decided already?
Yes. I am going to be pretty cool. My best stat is +2 for cool.
So all the Waterbearer's choices have +2 cool. You're always going to be a cool cat.
I'm going to be +1 for hard.
Ooh.
And this is a tricky one. Do I go +1 hot or +1 sharp? I think I'm going to be sharp, but he's going to think he's hot.
It's an interesting one. It's like weighing up the decision because hot is for like manipulating people, getting what you want. Sharp is for being on the lookout for things. So it's like, as the Waterbearer, are you like proactively managing people, or are you just keeping an eye out and making sure you're head on a swivel for seeing what they're up to?
That's right.
You've chosen the latter.
The latter I have, yes.
And 0 weird.
0 weird, yeah.
Average, slightly below average at opening your brain to the psychic maelstrom.
Yes.
So you've got no -1 to anything?
I'm -1 hot.
Oh, -1 hot.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But thinks he's got +2.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
I like that. What I recommend, Chris, is don't forget that you think. Because that could change the game. You could have broken the game there, Chris, if you just decide to give yourself +2 for everything.
There's chances to advance in this game. You can get more hot, potentially.
I don't need to get any hotter. I'm already so hot.
You can live up to your own self-image.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
How about Alex, Nat, our brainer and our news? Do you have thoughts on your stat array?
Yes. Are you happy for me to go now?
You go, yes, because I've just
Okay.
changed mine.
So I'm going to go cool 0.
Not so amazing at doing stuff under fire.
Yeah. I'm going to go hard +1.
Pretty good at going aggro
Hot.
and doing battle.
Hot +2, but that's standard for the news.
Great.
The news is good at seducing or manipulating, or both. And then +1 sharp, so fairly good at reading people and a situation. And then -1 weird.
Ooh.
Not great at being around weird stuff and having to open my mind.
Or when you open your brain, the psychic maelstrom's more likely to read you than the other way around. Or give you information you weren't really looking for and didn't really invite.
Yeah, quite.
Nat,
Yes.
have we made a final decision?
Yes. I mostly because I'm trying to sort of balance. Basically, a couple of the brainer moves allow me to basically use weird for everything. So I'm trying to figure out how I can. I'm trying to mid-max. So I've gone for.
Which is usually Chris's sort of territory,
Right.
so...
We're thinking analytically about the build.
Yeah. So I've gone cool is +1, hard is -2, hot is -1, sharp is 2, weird is 2.
Okay, Jesus.
Yeah.
Like you're like super sharp and super weird.
Yeah.
Sharp and weird.
And cool.
And cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not hot or hard.
Not hot or hard.
At least not like you'd expect.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. So Alex is hot. You're not hot. You are hot. You're not hot. I'm not
No,
hot,
but I can make
think
people
I'm
think-
hot. You are hot and know you're hot.
I'm not hot, but I can make people think I am.
Oh. Right.
Wait, have we got that triangle right?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is so
Cool.
weird already.
Yeah.
No, cool.
I'm sorry.
Wait until you hear my character description.
Well, shall we go on to that? Shall we do our look?
Yeah.
We get a series of descriptors on the playbook that you can pick from, or just go completely off-piste and pick your own, whatever you think. Given the way we're handling the apocalypse and the setting, we're probably sort of a bit less Borderlands, Mad Max, and a bit more like... I'm imagining lots of, like, the best clothing that anybody's wearing is, like, anything that... like, nobody's making their own new clothes in this apocalypse. Or if they are, they're not very impressive. So it's stuff that was made in the digital age and has weathered for like 50 years. So it'll either be things that were actually made to last, but obviously that's quite rare these days, or it's stuff that was literally built to be worn twice and thrown in the bin that people have been patching for like 50 years.
Jesus.
So what are we feeling?
Okay.
Do we want to pick from the lists, or does anybody have like a fully formed image in their mind?
I have a relatively good image.
Great.
It all sort of mixes in with like the source of my water.
So the Waterbearer has it's sort of a move, and it's also sort of like an asset. The key thing for the Waterbearer playbook is you have the source.
Yes.
Which is a source of abundant, pure, drinkable water.
And in this case, it is the only reliable source of clean drinking water around.
Fantastic. That is going to make it a big target, which is brilliant for drama.
Yes. So, I think I might have to set that scene first before I describe my character. So, the source is a beautiful fountain that seems to be the only fountain that's still flowing.
Ooh.
And it's set in a beautiful manicured garden of an old house. Maybe an old hotel, an old house, that sort of thing. And there's sort of like beautiful statues that are still up in here. There's all the topiary is perfect and arranged beautifully. The birds are singing. It's a wonderful, peaceful, lovely place. And in it is Nasus. And he is a man who's probably like early 40s, I'd say. He has a pencil moustache and slicked black hair.
Okay.
He wears either a smoking jacket and ruff, which look rough, obviously. And he looks pretty dapper, to be fair.
Dapper but a bit threadbare.
Absolutely. He has stumbled across this place and found all these fancy clothes. And when it still worked, there were lots of films of Terry Thomas. And so he's basically tried to style himself on Terry Thomas.
Amazing.
And basically he's taken over this mansion and these gardens and these grounds. And he has a throne, which is an old camping chair, which is a bit threadbare. And he just sits in front of his fountain with the birds singing in his little Terry Thomas outfit.
Wow. And presumably, like, the source gives you some, like, retainers or who are presumably gardeners.
Well, one of them, shall I go through those now?
Yeah, if you like.
Because they go with the source. So I've got... I've got Sorry.
So this is a name that the playbook gives you, so you don't have to be embarrassed about this. This is on the bakers.
Yeah, but I've chosen it though. I've got Nipperkin, the weird one.
Okay.
I've got Porter, who is the porter. Porter and gardener.
Okay.
So he is the porter and gardener. And I've got Babylon,
Ooh.
who is my guardian and
Nice.
bodyguard.
Okay, we'll flesh them out as we meet them, I think.
Yeah.
I've immediately thought of two songs that go with at least two of those characters, Hey Porter and By the Rivers of Babylon. So they'll be playing in my head, and hopefully yours too now whenever we mention those characters.
When Sacramento del Barco starts playing his music.
Oh, I can actually do this legitimately, just constantly pumping out tunes for every opportunity. Amazing, good. Ha 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 ha.
So the source has some other choices to make, but we'll come to those when we do moves, I think. Brainer, news, do we have thoughts about looks?
So in terms of, I know you're going for like a very sort of, if the apocalypse was real world, Matt, I would like to offer you, I am going Furiosa.
Great.
So,
I mean, Mad Max Fury Road is not a million miles away from this apocalypse we're doing. They have access to a lot more gasoline and bullets than I think there would be in our version. But
also, okay, in this world,
aesthetics,
I mean, this is not the question you asked me, but in this world, like, are we still in the UK or is the UK completely underwater?
I was going to open that up to all of you. If, like, from the setting that Starkey is describing for where this source of water is, this sounds UK to me.
Yeah.
Yes, I had in my head UK.
Yeah, the UK's coastline is very different
Yes.
in this version. Like, London's underwater, Bristol's underwater, a lot of Ireland is underwater, but, like, the more inland areas and the more elevated areas, like up in the Highlands or the Pennines or what have you, are still around. Like, the climate's different, like whether there's plants, like the wildlife will be different, and obviously the society is very different. But yeah, we can be in the UK, absolutely.
You found a hotel in the Peak District.
Yes.
Yeah, I think
it
so.
Sounds
yeah.
like it, yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, so I'm thinking, I mean, the main description of the Brainer is they have dead souls and eyes like broken things, which I love.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Ding dong.
Totally fine, totally normal. So I've got like bony face, It says here ruined eyes. I think how that manifests.
So gaunt, so haunted.
Yes, yeah. No hair on their head. No, we've gone full Tank Girl Furiosa.
Okay, cool, gotcha.
So you sound probably malnourished.
Yes. Yeah. But nourished enough.
Yeah.
And I think there's just traces, and this is going to link into the psychic maelstrom stuff. There's just traces of not veins across the face.
Traceries of something under the skin.
And we'll get to what that is later. Awkward angular body. And in terms of clothes, like I've just gone with the list here. High formal wear? No. I've gone with the environmental wear. I'm thinking the kind of like post-apocalyptic linen need. Like there's a tank top, there's a shawl situation, there's like scraps, there's big boots and combat trousers.
Yeah.
Homespun natural fibres.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm trying to decide, I do have, out of my gear, fashion suitable to your look, including at your option, a piece worth 1 armour.
Yes.
So if I can have armour, I may as well take it.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to figure out whether...
The only reason you wouldn't is because it will be obvious that you're wearing it. Like the armour can't really be concealed. If it's armoured enough to count as 1 armour, it's bulky and it's obvious.
Yeah. I'm flipping between, is it like a piece of police vest chest plate type thing that she's grabbed from somewhere, or I think what's slightly more appropriate but less sort of generally covering is that she's found an army helmet and we've gone Tank Girl with it.
Okay.
So that it's possibly that, I think.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
And it means we can have like the you rock up with fully helmeted and then pull it off to show your bald head.
Just to show it off.
Yeah, sure.
Behold my bald head.
It's what me and Chris do on a regular basis. We hide our bald and Matt. We hide our bald pates under hats and then surprise people with them.
Welcome to
It's
my
like
life.
you thought I had hair, dickhead. Surprise.
Or the opposite, we get the Greek epic dressing sequence where it's like, it's time for battle, the helmet goes on. Does the helmet protect you from other brainers?
I think I have an option somewhere for it to do that, but I think that's a separate
I think that's
thing.
a separate move, isn't it?
No. I can brainer gear. I could have deep earplugs that protect me from other brainers.
Deep earplugs.
You really got to winkle them in.
It's 2 corks. It's just 2 corks.
Oh, and she's got one long glove on the right arm that again is sort of like that sort of black. Where does it? Is it a glove? Where does it actually end? It just sort of has tendrils.
What's that glove called?
It's called a hypha glove.
Ah, nice.
So we've got Tank Girl, we've got Terry Thomas. What about you, Alex?
Terry Thomas from the Greeters Guild. So Sacramento, I think I quite like the idea of again utility wear, like big sort of combat boots. I had an image of them wearing a boiler suit but tied round the middle and a vest.
Strong post-apocalypse look.
Wife beater, like scrawny, like muscular but scrawny.
Yeah,
so,
getting just about enough protein, but certainly not enough fat.
No, absolutely not. In terms of hair, I did, unfortunately, because I sort of pictured Spider Jerusalem, there is no hair. There's no hair. There's so many bald people. Does Nasus have any
Nasus
hair?
has got his slick.
Slicked over
He
hair.
appears to be slicked at least. We don't know for sure.
We don't know for sure.
Where are you getting gel?
Is it gel?
Is it just whatever you can scoop from the bottom of the fountain?
Oh,
Is it your hair? Is it hair?
Is it a helmet?
I don't want to say. It protects me from brainers. That's all I'm going to say. They don't want to come near me. That's all I'm going to say.
So yeah, I'm doing that, and I want to. So yeah, bald. It says angry face, expressive face, quite intense eyes, and quite a sort of a deeper voice, but not like stern or loud. You're just kind of. I pictured in my head maybe going towards slightly Australian, but if we've said it in the UK, I'm going to probably go to not that then. But yeah, sort
Up
of
to
a
you.
gravelly sort
You
of
can
voice.
have picked up an accent from anywhere, and especially if you're like dealing with radio stuff, you could have like been brought up on, I don't know,
Neighbours.
Neighbours.
The audio
or
version.
Some famous Australian radio serial.
Yeah, you know the ones.
Since we're talking about what people look like, I think gear makes sense as the next thing to move on to.
Okay, so I'm allowed one weapon of last resort.
Yep.
So I'm going to go with a knife, a survival knife. Fashion suitable to your look, including at your option, a piece worth 1 armor. So like that, I'm gonna choose 1 armor, and it's going to be, you know, those shin pads that you wore as a kid that actually went over your ankles. So he's going to have put those his hands through them. So he's got like sort of braces, but they've got a very faded Umbro sign on them.
Nice.
So he's got some shin pads on his arms. And oddments worth 1 barter. I'm not going to tell you what the oddments are, but they are worth 1 barter.
Yeah, they're abstract. They're just stuff that you might be able to trade.
Do you want me to do my studio now or later?
Let's do that as part of gear. Yeah.
Okay. So because I'm a radio host, I get a radio studio, which is a makeshift building which can comfortably house 2 to 4 people with broadcast equipment and a single NPC guard. Oh, I get a guard. Amazing. So I've got a guard. Now I get 2 amenities with my studio. I quite like hidden weapons and strong walls. So I get hidden weapons, which I can detail. I want a shotgun somewhere, just like under a desk, under the actual desk, sort of just like resting there.
Classic option.
Yeah, classic option. Strong walls. I'm not going to detail those. You can pick them in your head. I've got station attractions. As many as apply. So that can be music salvaged from the Golden Age, live performers, radio dramas, guests, or expert advice.
You could be an agony uncle.
I could be an agony uncle.
That's amazing.
I quite like music salvaged from the Golden Age and guests and expert advice.
Yeah, so it's your Radio 1.
Yeah. I wanna pump out information to people to keep them as well as they can be in this heinous society.
Lovely. So your guests will like your guests can be our other player characters.
Yeah.
They can, be, but also like because you've picked that as an attraction, you can just decide. I've got X person on today.
I do have one complication that I've got to choose with my studio, which is delicate broadcast system prone to failure. It's cold, damp and uncomfortable. It's in a well-known location. No security at all. And it attracts an endless stream of desperate people and you have an obligation to help. Absolutely not the last one. No, I don't have any... No.
There's a lot of overlap between that one and the Waterbearer playbook anyway.
I'm going to say it's in a well-known location.
So is your studio part of the same... like hotel/mansion complex that Nasus's fountain is in?
I hadn't pictured it as such. Maybe I want to say like it's maybe close by.
It would be good if it was close by, otherwise you're going to be in completely separate stories.
It's in another part of the country.
You're literally just a voice on the radio for the entire production.
For the entire production, yeah. With every so often a shotgun going off. No, I think if you've sort of picked that hotel in a sort of little Peak District area, maybe that it's in a sort of a hilly region and on the side of one of the hills.
There's often like a manor house, isn't it, near a little village?
Yeah.
So it could be like, this is the manor of...
I kind of fancy being like in the village with massive antennae poking out the top.
That 50 years ago, the NIMBYs were like, no, I don't want that antenna here. It's going to ruin my view.
So yeah, that's what I want to do. I've got 3 informants, a biggest fan, and 2 people that I've pissed the fuck off.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
And your guard.
And my guard.
You've got a bunch of people to name.
You've got minions.
I've got an NPC guard. I could have had more as well. So my NPC guard is going to be called Gav. Guard Gav.
Does he know Babylon? Did Gav and Babylon get on?
Maybe. I don't know.
Are they drinking buddies?
Maybe. Could be. Don't know. Possiblement.
Are they drinking buddies? Are they conspiring against you both?
Yeah.
These are the questions I, as the MC, have to ask.
I would know because I know the truth at all times.
Well, I can make them not be drinking buddies by not letting them drink.
Not letting them drink the water, anyway.
That's true.
3 informants. Do I have to do names for... I've got so many names.
If you'd like... So I have As well as my copy of Apocalypse World, I also have a copy of Eco Mofos by David Blandy here, which I've specifically got out because it's got a nice list of NPCs in the back.
Thank you, Matt. So I would like my biggest fan to be called Phoebes.
Phoebes.
My 3 informants are Kroll, great name, Toru, and Zephyr.
And again, if and when we meet them, we'll work out what they inform you about.
And I've really fucked off Nails.
Oh, you didn't want to do that.
I know. And who else have I fucked off?
It might help us sort of weave people together and get a story going if it's one of Chris's guys.
Okay.
One of Nasus's lads.
Maybe I've really pissed the fuck off. Who was your...
I've got Nipperkin, the weird one,
Yeah.
Porter, the porter, or Babylon, the guardian.
I think I've pissed off Babylon. No, I've pissed off Porter. I take it all back.
He is really grumpy. He's
I
quite
think that's
easy to
funny.
piss off.
Like pissing off the guardian and the enforcer is like the route one choice. Like pissing off the gardener. Is the...
Yeah, I've pissed off the
What's
gardener.
he going to do?
Maybe I've exposed him.
He's going to caricature you in topiary.
Incredible.
He's carved a rude likeness into a bush.
I like what you said, Chris, about like NIMBYs not wanting the antenna, because I feel like maybe they also didn't want the wind turbine that powers it. Because I'm trying to think, like, how have you still got power?
Yeah, good point.
So it's either a diesel generator and you've still got just enough fuel, but like every day it's at risk of running out, or you've got a turbine that works for now, but again, as soon as a bird flies into it and it fails, nobody's going to know how to fix it.
I think something unhelpful to the surrounding people, or unwelcome. So like a big turbine, loud turbine as well,
Just looming over the village.
Yeah.
Alrighty. How about you, Nat? What are you going for gear?
For gear, okay, so
You get some fun options as the brain.
Oh, I do. Yeah, my trouble has been like reducing it down to just 2, and again, like mixing of the brain and moves as well. Like I think this would be a character who is great now and will be even greater once you get to level them up a little bit. Just because there's so many good things.
We're going to need to really lean on your highlighted stats.
Yes. So I already discussed the Hypha Glove, which means for purposes of brain and moves, there's a lot of brain and moves that require you to have time and physical intimacy with someone.
Like either they're willing or you've strapped them to the table.
Yes, exactly. And physical intimacy is worded that way, I think, because there's a lot of this game which is quite sexy.
Yeah.
But it doesn't specifically mean sex. It could be just like holding them.
You need to
in
be
your
able
arms.
to touch them
For a long time.
For a long while. Yeah.
Whereas,
Could just be a hand on the head.
but for an extended period of time, whereas wearing the Hypha Glove, mere skin contact counts as time and physical, so I can just brush against someone.
Yeah.
And it
Whoa.
works. Don't have to hold them. And then I've also gone for receptivity drugs, which are, I have to tag someone with them, but if I do, then I get +1 hold if I then use a brain move on them.
Nice. And tag is effectively the same as what you just described with the glove. You just need to be able to like tap them.
Yeah. So I'm no use at range, but if I can get up close with people, then they're in trouble.
Incredible. Is that everybody's gear?
No, I'll just do gear as well.
Okay, yeah.
Well, I've described my clothes. Now, I've got a question here, Matt.
Yeah.
Because I've got Babylon, my guardian, who I've already got. But I can spend a barter now, as part of my gear, to get a violent individual.
Ooh.
Or a medic.
Get a violent individual. That's so good.
So,
Could be a particularly large badger.
would that be the same? Could be a guard dog. Could I have a dog?
Yeah.
A little doggy.
Let's see why not.
There should be dogs in the apocalypse.
Right.
Really violent dog.
a docalypse?
Oh, maybe
No, that's
Babylon is my dog. Oh no! It's all the whole world has become my oyster. Right.
Yeah,
no.
I think it's fine if you want to spend that barter to like, you can either do it to get an extra person or to like upgrade one of your existing people. I'm happy either way.
Well, I'm going to spend a barter, so I've got 3 barter at the beginning now to have a violent dog.
Nice.
What's the name of this violent dog?
Oh, that's a good question, isn't it? What's my violent dog going to be called?
I don't have a list of dog NPC names, unfortunately.
I think we'll just call him
Tibbles.
Goofy.
Goofy the violent dog.
Goofy. Oh, Goofy. Oh, Goofy, off you go.
And did you find Goofy when you, tied up in the house when you stumbled across it, or was Goofy wild?
Yes, Goofy was lapping at my fountain one day. And I've trained him through the use of Nipperkin's weird abilities.
Great.
Nice.
Babylon has ex-dog trainer vibes, I feel. I've got, and he is like a blooming great, Mastiff sort of thing,
Okay, XL Bully or Mastiff?
I think we'll go Mastiff. I think we're going to go proper old school Roman Mastiff.
Nice.
Just on the throne with your dog down by your feet.
And on the other side of my throne is a blooming great crossbow.
Great.
What?
So that's all I've got.
Nice.
So I'm dressed like Terry Thomas, Mastiff to the left of me, crossbow to the right, and Nipperkin.
So moves is next, but because it sort of blurs the line between moves and gear, let's do the rest of the options for your source.
Sure.
Shall we?
I've kind of described most of it already, to be fair.
Yeah.
So it's the fountains, it's the tended gardens, it's got the birds. It feels very peaceful. It's very beautiful.
Yep.
It's like an
Will
island.
it stay peaceful?
Well, it's an island of calm within this hellish situation. It's slightly marred
Yeah.
by the fact that the only way to collect the water is with these horrible plastic jugs.
Yeah.
So there are a few plastic tubs, and they're kind of hidden
Ruins
around
the sense
corner.
of ceremony.
Exactly right. So they're sort of hidden around the corner, and the porter sort of comes out and sort of dips them in and gives them out to people, and they come to get the water. But other than that, it's beautiful. I was wondering whether I could have a wind-up radio to hear the radio, but I think.
I think there's no point having a news if nobody can hear the broadcast.
So I think there's I mean, that would only give me, it says 3 to 5 features, and I would have already picked all of my 5 features or anything. So if I could have an extra one, just have a radio playing in the background, perfect.
Although I do love the image of the news basically doing a radio show to nobody.
Yeah.
Like a small child would, just recording it on a tape and playing it back.
Yeah.
I like the idea of you doing your broadcast not knowing who's listening.
Yeah.
This is for anybody who's receiving. No idea whether that's nobody or 1,000 people. There's something kind of hopeful about that.
Yeah.
I feel like you get so many things. You've got
You're quite a socially powerful character.
I have things, but I don't know if I can do very much. So anyway, should we come to move now? Should I do moves now?
Well, because the other thing that we need to pick for the source, which I think you have picked but I want to hear about, is the laws.
So that's one of my moves. So one of my moves is Lawbringer.
Yes.
And let me just explain Lawbringer. So when someone breaks my law, I roll cool. On a 10+, I choose, I can either then let you off with a warning, a reduced penalty, or a reprieve. You can make an exception for them, and they have no blame, or they must face the full penalty that I decide. So if I roll a 7 and then you just get the penalty, I don't get to help you out. On a miss, or if you're unable to enact the judgment for any reason, responsibility falls to me, and I must face the penalty myself.
And you, the player Christopher Starkey, get to decide what the laws are and what the penalties are. But in the fiction, Nasus didn't set these. Mm-hmm. They just are. They just are the laws of the fountain.
Yes, and it says here I can pick 3 to 5 laws and the penalties for breaking them. So my 3 rules at the moment, my 3 laws at the moment. So I've gone 3 laws, 2 penalties. I thought that seemed to work out.
Sounds good.
So when you come to get your water. Now, I'm not really... This is what it's written, but I'm not... This is not what my character wants. Offer sacrifices of blood. No. Labour, so you can do a job for me.
Okay.
Or you've got to give me something precious. So I think it's a bit of a trick, a bit of a hoarder. Yeah. Sort of Natus is a bit of a hoarder. So once you're in the zone, in my little garden, you can do no violence and no intentional harm. Nada.
Intentional, So if someone was to tragically fall on a rake...
Yeah. I mean...
By mistake, that would be fine.
That'd be fine.
Okay.
No sickum for that.
Okay.
Yeah. Goofy.
Yeah.
And then you have to always speak the truth.
Ooh, I like
Not a problem for me.
In the presence of my water. And I can...
You would lie?
I can carry my water around with me in a jug. So everywhere I go, we'll have a jug of water. Might be a little 1 pint of water.
Just like a gravy boat.
You've got to speak the truth. That's a great idea.
The gravy boat of truth.
Oh, yes.
I was thinking like hip flask, really, but yeah, gravy boat. I think I can see Terry Thomas.
And my question here is like, are you pitching these to people as almost like spiritual and magical rules? Like, this is the water of truth, and in its presence you can only speak the truth, or you may make the water impure, or is it just like, I've decided if you want to come in here, I don't want any lies in this space.
It's much more the latter.
Okay.
Yeah. Terry is.
You're not going for like the spiritual cult leader. It's literally just like, we got to have some rules here, guys. We got to have some ground rules.
Yeah, I'm. He doesn't like bullshitters. Let's put it that way.
Maybe you've had bad experiences.
Yeah.
Like these rules have accumulated over time. Like every health and safety regulation and warning sign is there because somebody did a stupid thing.
I think everything here is completely hypocritical. So he is a complete lie himself. He is doing no work and has no precious things. He's just taking everybody else's. He is incredibly, obviously violent. And so he is exuding all of his hypocrisy onto the people around him. Because he is all of these things, the opposite of. So anyway, restitution is the penalty. So if you break one of my rules, you've got to pay up in some way.
Okay.
And failing that, I'll imprison you.
How?
Oh, there's the cage.
Okay.
There's the cage.
Okay.
So yeah,
Great.
that's my guy. Oh, I've got.
Good,
I
good
get
to know that of all the society's broken down, but one thing that's survived is the carceral system.
Yes, and I've got two more rules. So I've got embargo. So if I don't like you, you can't have the water, and then I'll deal you harm over 3 days. You die.
Yeah.
And
So this is the way this works is there's a basic move called go aggro, which is like the pre-battle violence move where you're just like intimidating somebody, trying to get them to do what you want by threatening them. Nasus doesn't need a weapon to threaten people. He can just threaten to not let them have their water.
And there's a series of debilitating impacts of that over the course of 3 days. Shall I read those out now? Should we find out what they
we'll
are?
find those out in play.
Okay, fine. And the other one is, I was torn up here, either Peacemaker, which is when I can bring two enemies or aggroed people together and they talk through their
like
difficulties.
Sacramento, Del Barco and Porter,
Absolutely right.
for example.
Yes.
Or I could have All a Welcome, where any newcomers can come in and I can find out everything about them. So I don't know.
Do you want to ponder on that while we hear everybody else's moves?
Yeah. I'm going to go for All a Welcome. No, I'm doing it All a Welcome. So everyone can come to my water.
Yeah.
But I'm going to find out everything about you.
Yes. But which feels like it fits with the idea of only speak the truth in this place, right?
Is that a similar, like, you're going to find everything about them because you're going to ask them questions, they have to tell the truth? Or do you think that's a...
Is there a psychic maelstrom thing?
So on a miss, I just ask one anyway. So I get to ask questions of characters.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can flavour it anyway. It can be like you're just good at reading people, and as people arrive, you sort of see them in this, because you're seeing them in this vulnerable situation where they're coming to you for water, you just read more into them than you might normally. Or there might be a psychic maelstrom thing going on, or it might be that because people have to speak the truth, you ask them questions and find this stuff out.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was going to make an offer to you, but it depends on, like, because I don't want to undermine any of the stuff that you've got there, but it sounds like you might have this covered. Basically, I'm trying to figure out how my character will fit into this world and into knowing these people, and I was wondering if maybe she is also one of your cronies. Like, my moves would perhaps cover one of those if you wanted both of them.
Oh, I see.
That's fine.
All right, I'll take Peacemaker then. If you can like read people, which I guess makes sense for you, I'll go Peacemaker and I can make people be friends.
That's nice, yes.
Because I have no friends.
So we've got Nasus and Sacramento are very like tied to a place and a facility, and then we've got our slightly more nomadic roaming brainer over here. So yeah, it's good to tie you into somebody.
Yeah.
You're around the
Yes.
Peak District.
Yes.
Round, get around, she gets around.
Yeah.
She gets around, ooh,
Already
she gets
building
around.
the
Yes.
Fabulous.
Sacramento's
Thank you.
playlist.
Yes,
today.
thank you very much.
Lovely. Great.
Great. So Nat, it sounds like you've got some moves ideas.
So I mean, again, there's so many that sound really great. I've gone for deep brain scan. So when I have time and physical intimacy with someone, which as we
you
remember,
don't need.
I just need to touch them
Yep.
as quickly as needed. Then I can read them more deeply than normal. I roll weird, and I get a bunch of hold, and I can spend my hold to ask them questions. Like, what is your character's lowest moment? What does your character crave forgiveness for, and from who? Like, really deep personal questions.
Backstory stuff.
Yeah. So basically, I find it much easier to read someone if I touch them. And then I've also gone for in-brain puppet strings when I have time and physical intimacy with someone.
Which you don't need.
Yeah. I can plant a command inside their mind. I roll weird. I get up to between 1 and 3 hold, as long as I succeed. And I can use that hold to give them a command. I can inflict harm or give them -1 forward.
So effectively, you give them a command and you can spend your hold to punish them for not doing it.
Yeah, well, the way it's
how it
worded,
works.
if they fulfill your command, that counts for all of your remaining hold. So it implies that I could hurt them,
Yes.
and then they still
And then they do
thing.
it. And then, but once they've done it, you don't have a holdover. You can't keep hurting them once they've done the thing.
Yeah, but if I have 3 hold, then I can just inflict 3 harm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even if I miss, then I inflict harm. So I don't necessarily want to do that to people I don't want to hurt. It's a risk.
Alex
Psychic
is just
glove.
looking so terrified right now.
Don't let Nat touch you.
Well, she touches me, she won't get any water.
But if she grants a command on you to make you give her water, it completely bypasses. Don't let Nat touch you.
Let me touch you with
I'm
my
gla-
black decrepit
I'm glad
glove.
I've got my shin pads on my arms now. I can block you.
Are you just the greeter at the fountain? It's like everybody has to shake your hand when they walk in.
Oh, God.
Oh, you're Nipperkin. Are you my Nipperkin? Should I just call you Nipperkin? I don't know. I keep forgetting your name and just call you Nipperkin.
I've not made one yet.
Oh,
so,
there we go.
yeah. Yeah, so I figured that kind of tied in, but if you don't think that covers it exactly, feel free to...
You can be my weird one.
You can be a crony, but obviously as a player character, you have a lot more agency
Yes.
than
Yes.
Starkey's other cronies.
Yeah.
So you can give me XP by being my crony.
No. No.
Can.
No.
Can being the operative word.
Chris.
Okay.
Chris,
you know
you're
when we
becoming
played-
an XP farmer again, aren't you?
You know that funny game we played in space where I could ask
Yes.
their advice, and if I did it or didn't do it, I got XP.
Yeah.
Well, same deal.
Well, insight, so that your Nipperkin, Porter and Babylon, you can ask them for their insight on things, and if you do what they suggest, I think it's +1 forward, it's not XP.
If I fail, I get XP.
Oh, is that how it
Yes.
works? Oh, excellent.
If I try to do what they tell me
Yeah,
to do,
and
and I
fail.
don't do it, because
True.
whether intentionally or not,
Somebody gets it, somebody you step on a rake or
yeah. So there we go. So
get monstered.
and that's my own personal XP farm, guys.
And how is this also mutually beneficial? This is now what I've
Because
got
you
to
get
ask.
water.
This is a good...
Because you don't die in 3
And do I get
days.
XP for water?
Oh, God.
Alex, how about your news moves?
So
How are you going to become an XP farm?
I can't become an XP farm because I never choose a character that can. So one of the news special is if you and another character have sex, you see through each other's personas and get a glimpse of the person underneath. They can choose to ask you 1, 2, or 3 questions, and you can ask them the same number. Simple things like what are you most afraid of, what are you most proud of, what do you do that's just an act, who do you secretly love, who do you secretly hate. So Sacramento's gonna get to fucking if he wants to get information out of people.
Sure.
Yeah, all playbooks in Apocalypse World have a special move.
Sex move.
Which is a move that happens when you have sex with someone. It can happen in this game as long as we can be grown-ups about it.
Absolutely not. Just the word sex makes me laugh.
Have you seen me wink, that's not Sacramento's voice, although it would be fucking fun if it was. The other moves I'm going to choose are no bullshit. When you read a person, you can always ask, is your character telling the truth for free?
Great. Yeah, so whether you hit on the move or not,
Yeah.
you always get to ask that one.
Because if he's a truth seeker, he wants to. I want to.
This is becoming a theme
Yeah.
in this set of
Yeah.
characters.
And
We
then
like the truth.
breaking now. At the beginning of the session, roll +# and ask the MC questions. On a 10+, ask 3 times. On a 7 to 9, ask twice. On a miss, ask once. And the question is, where is blank and what are they up to? Whatever the answer, that's what you put out over the air. Now everyone knows.
I love this move and I'm so happy you took it because it gives us such a good way to start the story, I think.
So yeah. And that's it. I don't get any other moves.
If I have sex, I get XP.
Is that just for...
So,
Sorry, it's not XP, it's sex.
oh!
Actually, no, not a sex P. That's different.
No!
And that's not to kink shame, that is just maybe not what we
Not what we're after.
You don't want to be wasting liquids.
No,
Right,
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
We've got Ben
lots of jugs.
Gesserit, and now we've got Fremen as well.
I've got lots of jugs.
So yes, how does it work? Give us the,
If I have sex with somebody else, I can.
Yeah, sex isn't masturbation, Chris.
I can ask them to
FYI.
do something for me. Whether they agree or refuse in the moment, if they go on to do it, I get experience.
Great.
So if it's NPCs, Matt, as the MC, make sure they don't do it, and then why he can't get XP. 'Cause he's just turning into a little XP monster. Shut it down.
Outrageous.
I mean, you've described a character that I don't think many people are going to want to have sex
Oh
with.
no!
None of us hot.
Oh, dear.
I am.
Oh no, you are. You're
Yeah.
very hot, actually.
Yeah.
That's because you got to have sex, man.
Yeah, I've
Since,
got to
we,
have sex.
since we've heard the other ones, what's the brainer sex move?
Oh, it's the deep brain scan, so it's actually the one that I took.
Ah, yeah.
But if you have sex, then you automatically do it whether you have
Without
the move or
rolling.
not. But I don't want to have to go to all that time and effort, so I'd rather just touch them with my creepy glove.
Oh, no.
Oh, there we go.
Oh no! Oh no! No! Oh no!
Well, there we go.
Well, very last thing to do in this episode is, Nat, what's your brainer called?
Come back to me.
I told you
Maybe
this was
that's the
coming.
name.
We got to do hands. We got to do hands.
Come back to me.
You could just be Nipperkin.
No, I don't like it.
Well, I'm going to call you Nipperkin,
Sure.
regardless of whatever your name is.
Yeah. that seems like Nasus.
Oh, Nipper.
I've got a name for you. Shandy Toe Fingers.
Oh, good God.
Ooh.
No.
That's a
Okay.
very Mighty Boosh name.
I just came up with it then.
Okay, well, I'm going to go with, from the sheet, Sundown.
Nice.
Sundown, okay.
She probably had a real name at one point.
Maybe.
But she forgot it.
Yeah.
In the maelstrom.
Somewhere. The Maelstrom took it from her.
Oh. So sad.
Very good. Okay, we've got 3 interesting characters who have sort of created a setting between their playbooks as well, which is fantastic. Gives us somewhere to start from. We're not quite ready to play yet. There's some other stuff to do, but that'll be in another Backstage episode. We'll see you then.
Oh! Apocalypse!
Why did we go like the ghosts from Marley and Marley?
Oh!
This has been Tipping Point, a studio production from Merely Roleplayers, starring Alexander Pankhurst as Sacramento del Barco, Natalie Winter as Sundown, Chris Starkey as Nasus Nest, and me, Matt Boothman. I edited and produced this episode, and the theme music is by Alexander Pankhurst, with special thanks to Richard and Karen Boothman for their expert help building the setting. We were playing Apocalypse World 2nd Edition by Vincent D. Baker and Magay Baker, with added design by Josh Savoy. Merely Roleplayers is a Foggy Outline production in association with Blackshaw Theatre Company. Until next time, the show must go on.
You could have one of the Waterbearer names. Swift Cumbies.
Sorry, what?
Swift Cumbies.
No, thank you.
And why are these Cumbies swift?
Well, have you met...
Have you met my
Nasus.
Cumbies?
Oh my God.
Behold, my Cumbies!
So it's like Sacramento's supporting cast, a whole page. Nasus' supporting cast, a whole page. And then the Brainer gets nobody.
Sad.
No one. I got no friends.
I'm her
yourself.
supporting cast.
That's true.
If she is actually my Nipperkin. Are you Nipperkin? Are you actually going to be Nipperkin?
I don't want to be called Nipperkin.
But can I call you Nipperkin?
Yes. I don't think I can stop you.
No.
You have to use in-brain puppet strings. Your task is stop calling me that.
Yes.
Stop calling me that.
I'm going to hurt you until you stop.
Foggy Outline.